Good morning.
Moeder?
Yeah, we decided this morning to try and lift the spirits and talk about the year 2022. That's next year. That's in fact actually less than 2 months from now.
Yeah, I think there's 11 weeks before Christmas or something like
It's
that.
crazy, eh? Where did this year go?
Up in smoke.
All right, what do we see for 2022? Where's the crystal ball? Because that is as far as you probably can go. So, 2021 ended, or is busy ending on a weird note. I've got to say the COVID cases are creeping nearer to us every day. In the past, it was Auckland and Wellington.
Maybe it's, yeah.
That's me. And then it struck Hamilton, and Hamilton went on a pause, and now it's Matamata and Katikati, and so we go on. Tauranga is still not on the list there yet, but a lot of things has changed COVID-wise, or let me say COVID has changed a lot of things. And one of the big things I see that have changed is the availability of jobs. I don't know if you saw that as well. I was actually driving yesterday, and if I think about diesel mechanics, I think about somebody who has had many years of training and people who are highly skilled in what they do. I mean, diesel mechanics keep these big buses and trucks and everything else. They keep them on the road. So they've got a very, very important work to do in this community, or in any community, basically. Suddenly, as you are driving through whatever area, you see adverts being placed on the road, on things against the side of the road saying diesel mechanic wanted, apply within. These guys aren't advertising even anymore on newspaper. They're not advertising on trading. They are hoping that somewhere along the way somebody will drive past and just be tired of where they are working and just pop in and accept their job. That is how little, or how few diesel mechanics, let me get my wording right, how few diesel mechanics is available for work in this country, actually.
Yeah.
And it's not only there. We've heard people needing teacher jobs. We heard the nursing staff is a shortage there. And a lot of South Africans are going back. Let's face this. A lot of them has gone back just before the 2021 new residence visa has been applied, or has come in effect. And I think a lot of them will probably be sad about the fact that they just went back just before that. But I mean, nobody knew that was coming.
No, you couldn't have told.
No, we couldn't have told that. Geez, I wish we had a crystal ball. I wish we had some insight there just to say to some people, just hang in there for another few months. But yeah, a lot of people have been split with their families, and there's still some people down here that is being split from their families.
Yeah, sorry, there's something in your eye.
What's in your eye?
I know.
So, yeah, 2022, we are hoping, let me put it that way, we are hoping that the borders will open.
Yeah, I can't think that they can keep the borders open closed for another year.
I'm hoping this stuff will disappear. These things.
That's not going to disappear. Even if the borders open, I'm thinking that will be part of your future for a very long time.
If I go through life like this now these days, and
we can have the wrinkles and everything. No one will even know.
Well, at least you don't need to wear lipstick.
No.
You know, lipstick worldwide has dropped by 33%. The sales of lipstick has dropped by 33% worldwide.
It keeps your lips moist, so I won't ever stop wearing it.
I go around like this, and people come up, "Hey, Jan, how are you?" And they look like, and I haven't got the faintest idea who's talking to me. So I just say, "Oh no, it's good, man. How are you?" It's terrible.
It's because you don't look people in the eyes.
No, look them in the eyes, and all I see is this.
Yes, but when you meet them for the first time, look them in the eyes.
I look them in the eyes. Jeez. I just struggle to recognize people with masks. And then they put the hat on as well. So I only see a few eyes. And
yeah, I know.
It could be anybody. So
I'm sure they won't.
Nah, they don't hold that against me.
No,
I don't recognize.
You can just ask, who are you? Yeah, that will be fine.
But
yes, we hope that the borders will open next week. Next week.
No,
I
no,
wish
no,
it
no.
will open next week. Next year.
I'm thinking probably, depending. Oh my goodness, it's tough to take. Let's hope for March, April. Let's hope for March, April. The economy is suffering in New Zealand due to the
know.
fact that the borders are closed.
Mm.
It's really. Plus, the election is not very far from.
Do you
So,
remember last year? We also said,
Yeah.
no, it's going to open next year.
Yeah.
March, April, it's going to open. And
But
we're
last year,
already in December.
remember last year when we said that there was no Delta at that
I
specific
know.
stage,
Yeah, I know.
and I think Delta was a big game changer.
Yeah.
If it was the normal COVID, which you can just
Yeah, well, it was bound to happen. You can't keep it out.
no, you can't keep it out. So, yeah. Now these days, I don't know if there's going to be some new strain after Delta. You don't know.
There probably will be. I
You
think
don't
this
know.
is going to be part of our lives forever.
Yeah.
We'll just have to live with it. And
Good morning to Andre Marais saying good morning on the other side. Yeah, you don't know where this will end. If we follow because I see New Zealand do follow the rest of the world, but it takes them a bit longer. Then the news take a bit longer to get here. The rest of the world is slowly but surely opening up. Okay. Emirates has said that they will commence flying all over within, is it March, April? Around there. They are
well, I think it's because New Zealand is a small country and we haven't got that much medical beds in hospital available. So if you open, it's a bit of a worry.
That's a really big worry for me.
But yeah, so if you open, you will have to be geared for if anything happens.
Good morning to Melanie Maria on the other side. Yeah, the one thing that makes me worried about this government, right? We've got something like, I think, 27 ICU beds in the whole of the Bay of Plenty.
Isn't it the whole of?
No, it's the whole of the Bay of Plenty. But that includes us, Whakatane, Katikati. We've got about 27 beds, ICU beds. But I mean, that's the area that they look at, that area. We've got, I think it's 27 beds. I could be wrong. It could be even less. And this we had 2 years ago. They haven't added one extra bed. Not one. And
now all of a sudden, now that they're seeing that they can't keep the bodies out, now they're trying to do something.
Now they're trying to run around like crazy.
Yeah, it is a little bit scary.
Yeah. So, and then on the other side, the nurses are unhappy about the working hours.
Yeah, no, they're leaving.
They're leaving. And I mean, if you can't keep people happy in a job, eventually, if there's somewhere else, a different country, different place, they are going to leave.
I think that they're probably leaving because most of them are still separated from their families. That's why most of them are leaving.
Yeah.
And I mean, even with the new residence thing that came into play, it can still be a year before you see your family.
Oh yeah. It could still be.
So yeah, it's very difficult. I
just find this new MIQ lottery weird.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all.
They open up and they close down basically the safe day, and everybody.
I don't get it.
No, I don't get it.
And it looks like there are a lot of rooms available, which they just keep open.
Yeah. For what?
I don't get it.
Andre Murray asking, when will travel open between Australia and New Zealand again with no quarantine? I don't know. Currently, it's Australia I think that's keeping us closed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So I've got friends that wants to go and work in Australia, and they need to leave, but they're also waiting for that moment to happen. So there's been no official announcement on that yet. So, and the cases in Australia doesn't seem to be slowing down at all.
Yeah,
I just saw some figures.
It's still going to be a while. I hope that it will be before Christmas because I know a lot of people that has got family in Australia and that they really want to visit.
And this is the other split family part as well, because there's some people that's moved to Australia, the family's still in New Zealand, and they're stuck here.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a catch-22
COVID is just, and the thing is, it's worldwide. It is just having an impact on everyone all over the world.
I just know whenever the borders open, there will be quite a few different positions available all over both islands, and these would need to be filled. But if everybody needs to go to manage isolation, we're still stuck with the same problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
The amount of rooms are available.
Yeah.
So, what else was on your mind?
No, as I said, I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, we decided to do 2022 this morning as a bit of a hope for the future. Let's call it hope for the future.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the housing crisis currently. Okay. For those who don't know, New Zealand has got a housing crisis. The point is, house prices is crazy expensive down here, as in crazy expensive.
And it's all over New Zealand.
Yeah.
It's not
Even the
only in
smaller
the big
towns.
cities. Yeah.
Even the
It's
smaller
all
towns
over.
have seen growth like crazy. It is good for us who own houses. It's bad for those who want to buy houses. So the average is between 10 to 20% that you need to put down as a deposit. Now people save for an amount of money, and at that specific stage, they reached that point where they have the deposit, but the price of the houses have moved on. So this becomes even a bigger problem. Plus, now that they are going to do the 2021 new resident visas, about 110,000 people are going to have residence, and these people will be liable or able to buy houses. And these people would want to come into the market as soon as possible. Point one, we have a shortage of houses. Point one, we're now going to have a much bigger shortage of houses because everybody would want to buy a house. And in New Zealand, you don't really put a price on a house. You put out there for auction, and the highest bidder pays the price.
And the houses goes for ridiculous prices.
For crazy prices, goodness me.
It's actually sad, and it's really scary. Because you think you've got enough money, you save up until you think you've got enough money to buy a house, and then still you can't.
Yep.
So it's really bad. Andre, they are busy it's busy moving
Andre Marie
in that
asking,
direction.
has New Zealand made vaccines mandatory? Some of the positions has made the announcement that they will make vaccines mandatory, or you won't be able to fill the position if you're not vaccinated fully. Oscar Walker asking, hopefully next year the bubble open, vaccination should be high enough by then. That is a big thing that the government is piling on. They want what, 90%?
They wanted 90% by December so that they can open full families. But I think we only like 57% or something.
Yes, it's not high at all. It's not high
something
at all.
like that. Yeah, so there's still a long way to go.
I love the way Matthew is thinking this morning. Kamp and Braai is always on my mind.
On his too.
On mine as well. Fishing as well.
Luckily, there are so many lovely spots that you can go in New Zealand, but it doesn't take away the fact that you need to see your people.
Yep. There's somebody giving the housing crisis they won't be able to buy houses because they spend all their money on Immigration New Zealand fees for 3 to 10 years.
I know.
Yeah, probably that could save the housing bubble. But that is also another worry. People would need to borrow some money to get to the fact that they need to pay these fees to INZ.
The thing is, when you moved to New Zealand, when we didn't know that COVID was going to happen, you kind of had a budget in place. Like, this is what this is going to cost, this is what your residence is going to cost, and all that. And now all of a sudden, your expenses just escalated, and you have to. I just want to put
this banner up that people can see. I am a financial advisor, guys. Why I'm putting this banner up, I just want to come back to the fact that you said you had a budget in mind. Now, I'm a figures person, so I had an Excel spreadsheet out there. I had every last cent that we had put in there, and I had every last cent that we were willing to spend in there. And you know what? We came short big time. The main thing was the unpredictability of the forex exchange, the rand to New Zealand dollar exchange, because that is up and down on a daily basis. We lost some, if you want to put it between brackets, lost some money in the exchange rate, 0.1. And then we came here and stuff just started becoming a bit more expensive than what we thought. And we had a few unforeseen expenses along the way.
And you can't help to, in that first 6 months, I would say, you will still spend a lot of your money that you saved up to come to New Zealand. So if you come to New Zealand or any other country, I would suppose, without a little bit of a savings bubble,
Yep.
I don't know. It's going to be very difficult.
You need to have some living money.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
keep that in mind.
We always thought that we were going to have that set aside,
Mm.
and I think we lived through it in the first 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
We actually spent about 3 times more than what we thought we are going to spend. And we
It's
didn't.
like any budget, eh? On paper, it looks pretty.
Yeah,
And in reality, it
the
doesn't
joke
work
was
out.
our budget. I actually over budgeted for some things
Mm.
which wasn't needed. I under budgeted for some things which
Mm.
was needed. So
Yeah.
budgets just don't tend to work. Okay, I'm not going to read the comment there on the immigration. Vanita's probably the best person to talk to about immigration affairs. But yep, the Facebook user just saying people should try Canada. That is so. I see Canada is grabbing a lot of people, and even New Zealand, Australia, is now campaigning for people to come to Australia.
Yeah. I know a lot of New Zealanders that's going
It's
to
going
Australia.
to. I've had some of my clients asking me about Australia, and I'm not saying no about that. If that's the opportunity you get, go for it, guys. If really, New Zealand would need to learn to look after its people better. I think.
Yeah.
I really.
Well, I would say go to any country as long as you can.
If you can get out of South
South
Africa,
Africa,
go. Wherever you want to go. Sadly, South Africa is not going to turn around. It's really not going to turn around.
Okay, let's not go there.
Let's go there. Yep. Let's keep positive. Let's stay positive. So, 2022. If we're not in lockdown, I reckon we'll have a good fishing year. Because that's something I'm looking forward to.
I think the lockdowns, I think we're not far from ending all lockdowns. Do you?
Yeah, I also
think
think
so.
as soon as they can trace a few things in Auckland, I think if Auckland starts moving down, the rest of the country will have to
for
follow.
those people in Auckland.
Mm.
Every week it just, again, now you're staying level 2.
And let's face it, the first lockdown wasn't too bad.
No, the
Let's
first one
go
we
there,
all
but
enjoyed. We
we
had
all
all these
enjoyed.
plans. We really had a joy.
Yeah, and we did a lot of things in lockdown, and I think we connected better as a family in lockdown.
But the second one wasn't
Then the
nice, and I
second
mean,
one.
and this is the third one for Auckland, and this one is really bad. Right?
This is really bad. I did see the figure. I think it's $1 billion we're losing in money-wise with these lockdowns.
I can
It's
just
hectic.
imagine.
It's hectic. But let's stay positive. So, let's hope for 2022 there will be no more lockdowns, or perhaps just a level 2, something like that. So, I want to put this up. This is positive.
Oh, I really hope so.
Lockdown in Auckland is still going strong. We hope to live normally again before Christmas. We
I
all
hope
hope so.
I'm
So-
hoping that this strategy,
Strategy, not tragedy. It's tragic, yes, but let's have a strategy.
to kind of sort this out. Maybe that's the reason why, or one of the reasons why they're keeping everyone in lockdown, so that we can open by Christmas and so that everyone can just get together. We've got a camping trip planned with people from Auckland, and we really.
So we're going to be at Hahe camping ground in over Christmas period. So we won't be down in Tauranga over Christmas period. And we hopefully that doesn't get sidelined at all.
Yeah,
So,
we really hope so.
One thing that I wanted to do this year, I wanted to go and visit Paia. I love Paia.
We
The
haven't been there
old
this year.
sleepy little town up in the far north, and life just continues. It's like that one horse town, and the horse is dead.
Oh yeah, isn't that
No,
small?
it's small. It's lovely. It's got a rustic feel. It just goes on and on and on. That's why I like it. I wanted to go there, but now I've got to travel through Auckland. Nothing against Auckland, but I'm not allowed by government to travel through Auckland. I'm not going to stop in Auckland. I can't travel straight through Auckland to Paia. So there goes my plans for this year. So, okay. Yep. What else is there? What other positive things is there? Positively, there's a lot of jobs. The negative part is there's nobody to fill them.
And the other negative part is you can't come into New Zealand if you want
You can't
to.
come in to fill them. So that's the other draw. Let's call it a drawback, a temporary drawback. So somewhere along the line, these positions need to be filled, and actually need to be filled, because that's our economy.
Yeah.
This is people that's paying taxes here. This is people that will uphold. This is people that will keep the trucks and the trains and everything else that's running, will keep those wheels greased. And it's currently not happening. So, yeah, something has got to give. Just very much the same. Lots of jobs. Yes, the market is sizzling.
I think the people that are in the market, as really they can pick and choose whatever the jobs that they want, and I think the people are also willing to pay them what they're asking for. So I don't think it's a bad thing for the people already in the market.
A lot of guys are jumping ship and going from one company to the next, the one that offers them a better position or better money. Let's call money the same position, better money. They just pop over, and that's the next thing they do. So, a few companies, I'm not going to name names. I know these companies personally, have decided to whenever their guy, especially diesel mechanics or mechanics in that sense, makes the move to somewhere else, they're going to offer them the best price they can. And these guys have been getting continuously increases in their pay. So it has been good on the one side.
Yeah, but it's bad for the employer.
It's bad for the employer as well.
He has to sustain that.
Except that it's bad.
Salary
it will be bad for me and you and everybody else who takes their vehicles there to be serviced in the long run, because somewhere along the line, those salaries has to be made up with the prices they charge us. And we are the end consumer, and we are going to pay for that. So, but
yeah,
let's hope for the best.
Still, with whatever's happening,
it's still a wonderful country.
I'm still happy to be here.
I'm still happy to be here. I just by accident saw a few things back home, and once again, it's made me grateful to be here. So, whatever the circumstances here is, it's still a bit different than where I came from. So, what else?
Yeah, I think the thing is, you decided to make the move, so you knew that there were going to be some consequences, and everything is not going to be Maanskyn and rose forever.
That's moonshine and roses.
Is it the English for that?
I don't know, but that's a direct.
Maanskyn and rose. So, and I mean, this is our new home, so we have to deal with whatever comes our way.
That's right. Andre Marais just making the comment, I think New Zealand needs to make changes to their rules. We wanted to come to NZ, so now OZ has given us the chance, even with borders closed and lockdown.
Yeah, I've heard that Australia is open for...
Andre, I'm sad to see you not coming to New Zealand, but I'm glad to see you can go to Australia.
Yeah.
Really, that is...
Australia is not a bad choice.
It's not a bad choice. They've got all the dangerous snakes and the spiders there, but you can navigate around that.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got Aussies there as well. That could probably be a reason. Oh, the Australian rugby team is in schools. No, I won't go to Australia. Just joking.
No,
I still want to go and visit
choice.
there, so not a bad choice.
I know that for a fact, the living cost of Australia is much lower than in New Zealand.
Way less.
The house prices are half of what we were paying in New Zealand.
For double the house.
Yeah. So now I get it why people move to Australia.
I fully understand that. And I've got empathy with you if you think about that would be the right move for you. I won't be the guy to say, no, don't go. Let's don't go. I won't say that. So that is where you can find a place for your feet, and that's where you can start your happiness, because you got to start your happiness somewhere.
Yeah.
That is where your happiness will be. Go and shine there, man. Go and make a difference.
People that live in Australia are very happy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any complaints.
No.
They're all very happy.
No.
I think they look after them. Yeah, I think they're very happy. So
remember something. There's a lot of South Africans that come from places like Johannesburg, the biggest cities. And coming to New Zealand, I mean, Auckland is our biggest city.
And it's not
big. No. They think it's big, but it's big for New Zealand standards, but it's not that big. It's really
I think the integration into Australia is probably easier. Yeah. It's not difficult to integrate into New Zealand, but I think Australia is a little bit more like South Africa.
I actually saw a picture this morning of somebody stopping in a stop street or a robot, or what's it, a traffic light. Can you put the right thing? A traffic light. Not a robot, a traffic light. It stops at a traffic light in Australia. And in the back, they had blue gum trees.
Oh.
It looked like somewhere in South Africa. So I think that integration
We
is
also,
probably easier.
we've got a lot of plants and flowers that grow in New Zealand that we've got
Comes
in
from,
South Africa.
and they actually grow better here than they grow in South Africa. I've seen protea bushes here that I've never seen in South Africa. I've seen what is this? The alvine, aloe ferox. That's a nice word, eh?
Yeah, well, they don't grow here like they do in South Africa.
You will see how big they grow. They just grow 10 times, but I think it's more water.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah.
Yeah, well.
Somebody asking, what do you miss of South Africa? I miss my grandkids.
Yeah, and I miss my kids. And I miss my mom.
So only family. There's basically most of the food stuff. If you're thinking you're ever gonna miss foodstuffs in New Zealand from South Africa, most of the food stuff is here.
Food stuff.
Yeah, food.
Yeah.
All those type of things. Boerewors, biltong.
You can get,
all of that here. And you can actually get decent boerewors here. You get decent biltong here. You get decent everything.
What is different in New Zealand, I won't say that it's not like I miss it, but it's different, is the theatre culture in South Africa. I miss that. We used to go to theatre once or twice a month.
And the stuff.
So. Or even just the arts. It's a different kind of culture.
I don't even know if barnyard is still going strong in South Africa.
They probably are.
What we were.
We missed. I kind of miss that feeling. What else is there that you miss?
Let's talk food scene, and I'm not talking Spur because I think the Spur has gone backwards in South Africa. I'm talking about a place where you can buy a decent T-bone. That is something, T-bone and chips, a decent T-bone and chips. I haven't been able to find a place really in that. There's one place here that's it's not very far from that. But then I
also have to say, in South Africa, you were looking for a kilogram of steak, which is
really
really unnecessary. So I think the food choices in the restaurants here are more healthy because you can get 300 grams of steak.
You still don't lose weight. I'm sorry about that. You still don't lose weight.
Yeah, but I don't miss the restaurants and stuff. And you kind of get used to the coffee shops, and they've kind of...
Andre says, miss the beer, Jan. You can actually get all your South African alcohol in here, in New Zealand. It just costs a bit more if you really want to go that way. But I think as we are in the new culture and start learning what beers you like.
Yeah, but they're asking what you miss. So if you miss your beer, you miss your beer.
Yep, you miss your beer, you miss your beer. So...
And what else do I miss? What's also different here, it's not like I miss it, is the markets. The markets in New Zealand is like 4 or 5 stalls. That's it. We went to the farmers market. The farmers market in Tauranga is quite big. So that's, you can get all
for Tauranga, it's quite big.
It's big for any
it's
place.
Set up in
it's like in a
school.
But it's really nice, and you can get all your fresh
and all your
produce
what is
there.
that free range stuff,
eggs and whatever. So the farmers market is good, but like the other markets where you can get all kinds of handmade stuff and that, it's very small. So
but you get used to filling your own tank. You get used to having your own ATM card whenever you need to pay and so forth. So it's not stuff that I do miss in South Africa.
No, I think it's just the culture of the big markets and the theatre, and I kind of miss that.
So,
but I think that's not huge in New Zealand. It's just not the way that they live.
Especially art at markets in South Africa. That's
Yeah.
quite and thinking back today with our New Zealand dollars, we could have bought a heck of a lot of art and brought that with.
Now, if you think back of the markets in South Africa, you really don't get it. Not even in the biggest places, you don't get it.
But that's that. So we're not going to reminiscent about the old times because that normally makes you
the
homesick.
The thing is, now you just make do with what they give you, and you just enjoy that. So
that's right.
We've got a nice what's that little big market in the Mound in Tauranga.
Although that has stopped for during the COVID.
But that one is really big. It's really big
for New Zealand standards.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
think it almost compares with South Africa.
Now, if you think about Route 66 and those type of
Yeah,
markets,
but
I mean,
remember the place where it's full. So even
yeah,
if the space is not big, it's full with
it's full.
stores.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that one is
So,
really nice.
but let's hope soon we can go back to normality and we can throw this things away, because this actually drives me crazy. I don't know why. I'm not used to being tied down. I will go into a shop looking for 3 or 4 different things, and then after I found the first or the second thing, the mask will have me up to there, and I will just go and pay for this stuff and get
I
out.
think you save money that way, because I also just go to the shop and I buy what I need and I get out.
Oh, you buy what you need.
Yes.
Goodness me. All right, on that beautiful note, good morning to everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And you're probably out today again, spending money.
Charles, I agree with you. The best rugby. Your dad won't agree with you.
He's probably now already shouting All Black. Could be. When he talks about the best rugby. All right, guys and girls, let's leave the rugby out of this and
Enjoy your day
enjoy
and the
that.
weekend.
And I'm really positive about 2022.
Yeah,
I'm
we
hoping.
have to be.
I'm hoping for the
We
best.
have to be.
Yeah. So enjoy that in South Africa. Stay safe. In New Zealand, go to work. See you all. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.